deserve it. That's your fault, not mine. Welcome, everybody, to the Sakura Matsuri. My name is... I'll just get a little closer. There we go. My name is Uncle Yo. I'm a geek-specific stand-up comedian. I've been going around Japanese celebration festivals. I've been going around comic book, video game, anime, manga conventions for the past 4 years. And I'm here to basically juxtapose and try to explain to everybody else over 40 why people are dressed differently when it's not being Halloween. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for stepping out to the Sakura Matsuri. This is our 31st year down here in Brooklyn, which is it's spectacular to see it growing every year. Every year there's a new one growing. There's also the DC Sakura Matsuri, also, which is Japanese for Sakura Matsuri. There's also the Philadelphia one. There was going to be one in Alaska, but it would just go on for 6 months and then be gone for 6 months. Sun works weird up there. But yeah, come on in. I got plenty of space. Like I said, I'm a geek-specific stand-up comedian. Why? Because I only play video games. I only talk about comic books. And if everyone else has a problem with that, you have sports for that. You can stop thinking it need be. I was asked. So yes, if you don't already know who I am, you can ask your teenage daughter, and okay. Alright, well, so much for this being family-friendly. The Brooklyn Botanic Garden did ask that I make a couple of announcements before we get the show on the run. Please refrain from smoking. This is a public space, even if you are dressed as the Human Torch. They asked me to say this. Take this time to locate the nearest exit. The Brooklyn Botanic Garden reminds you that the use of video and audio recording devices is strictly allowed. I'm not really here to care about that. Please do not attempt to feed the stand-up comedian. Do not attempt to protest, heckle, haggle with, or attempt to blind, blackmail, or set fire to the stand-up comedian. You know who you are! Oh. Wonder why I don't do anime next this year. Do not submerge underwater, do not expose to direct sunlight, do not feed after midnight, or cross streams with the stand-up comedian. Do not attempt to smash, flash, hashtag, or disturb, perturb, reflect, retweet, counterspell, threaten, curse, crag, cripple, or debuff the stand-up comedian. Do not attempt to confine, constrain, capture, contort, report, lob a Pokeball, or generally attack the stand-up comedian. I'm ready to dodge it. Yet a little one's disappointed, but I had one ready for you. Join me on my belt with Pikachu. Do not attempt to punt, punch, reduce, refute, refuse, reuse, reduce, recycle, or elicit ethnic slurs from the stand-up comedian. You know who you are. Do not attempt to challenge, mangle, maim, hate, delete, upgrade, exterminate, Hadoken, Kamehameha, hyper combo, air combo, pizza flavor combo, drill claw, bankai, freeze try, inject venom into the veins of, or rickroll the stand-up comedian. Who is doing this? We've met today's special friend. My Life as an Animaniacs episode. Do not attempt to clone, copy, corral, confine, deconstruct, devalue, defibrillate, confiscate, mitigate, or delegate to the stand-up comedian. This does not work. You understand now why I don't babysit on the side. You are free to text, call, fax, FedEx, belch some letter into my face from Princess Celestia. Whatever works for you, Spike. Or FedEx assorted baked goods to the stand-up comedian. Do not view the stand-up comedian if you are currently taking any depressants such as Vicodin, lithium, or Flintstones vitamins. Do they even make Flintstones vitamins anymore? Isn't that the best placebo effect ever? Have the red sugar pill, you'll feel better. There's still like 90% sugar. Isn't that brilliant? You're just better off having a gummy bear or a Tic Tac. Do not view the stand-up comedian if you are pregnant, may be pregnant, want to become pregnant, may want to become pregnant, may not want to become pregnant, can't become pregnant, could become pregnant, should become pregnant, or afraid of pregnant people. You are encouraged to sit back, relax, take it, breathe in, shake off all that funk. In with the good air, out with the bad air, shake off all that funk, forget that junk. You're not at work, you're not at school, it is Sunday, relax. Everything, so you know, is okie dokie, hokey pokey, timey-wimey, spacey-wacy, turkey-lurkey, Marcy-Darcy, cosplay lily, brony pony, never lonely, macaroni, just goes to Shoney. I'm Uncle Yoni, so you know-y. The show is a goey. Let's have some fun, folks. What I was saying, so I had to be kid-friendly today. That wasn't me. kid-friendly today, which I'm going to spell it out for you, basically. There's a mini spike behind you, dude. This is fantastic. Tackle him. Okay. Why? Why are you eliciting the violence? It's a basic Venn diagram. Things that parents think is appropriate to talk to children about. Anything funny. Somewhere between here is where I have to entertain you for the next 25 minutes. So we'll be honest, I have to talk to kids. Which is nuts, because I do like talking to kids. I like talking to kids about what they find is funny. Like, I like talking about snots and boogers and toe jams. Parents obviously don't want you to know about that. So, we're both boned today.
Hell yeah.
I get to talk down so the kids can follow me, but I have to talk high so the innuendos go right over their head.
Hell yeah.
I like kids. I like working with kids. Little garlic, Tabasco sauce, you got yourself a meal. But I know I'm getting older and softer at my age. Because when I first moved to New York, I'd hear something crying, and my instant response is, when you're a teenager, it's always, shut up, baby. What have you got to cry about? Someone is just carrying you around like a butler. Let's get older to hear it in the grocery store, like, oh, no. No. Clean up aisle 3. Oh. Where's your mom? I tried. Because to be honest, kids have never been portrayed right. Not in movies, not on television. I remember growing up with the Apple Jacks cereal. The Apple Jacks cartoon was the same way. You have 5 kids sitting around, all eating a bowl of cereal, which is kind of nuts because nobody brought Pop-Tarts to a sleepover. We're sitting around eating Apple Jacks, and the lame adult leans into the room. You're eating Apple Jacks, but it doesn't taste like apples. Why? You ever ask a kid why? You ever have a 5-year-old tell you a joke? It always ends in an explosion. It's like you're talking to Michael Bay. And the kids sitting around go, we just do. Hey. And even as an 8-year-old, I'd be watching that, you're making us look dumb. Just say it's full of sugar. That's why we want it. We like sugar. That's why we invented Scruff McGruff to keep people away from the guys with a giant empty van full of sugars and puppies. Or the puppies stuffed with sugar. I don't know. I never lured children into a van. I used a Buick. I try to interact with kids the same way I interact with people's pets. Like, I interact with someone's pet the way you interact with someone's hand. So first time, oh, you got a dog. Shake it, high five, and then you're kind of good with it. You don't really want to spend too much time handling someone's hands. I deal with people's kids the way I deal with their feet. Don't be freaked out that it's exposed walking around in public or that they brought it into the restaurant. Just squirt some Purell on it. Don't offer a sudden massage. Just back away slowly. It's a lot safer because you don't want anyone touching your feet. You don't want anyone touching your kid unless you know them. They might run away and you'd be free. Take your time with that one. I do believe that kids are smarter than we definitely give them credit for. In the same sense that squirrels will do anything to get to the nut, no matter what you do to it, no matter what you grease the pole with, they will start climbing the rose bush, what have you. I think you can talk to kids about anything. I think you can talk to them about mature adult issues, so long as you approach it from a mature, professional adult perspective. You can tell them, you can do anything you see an adult doing on TV, but know that if you do, gremlins and dinosaurs will eat you. It's safer. Precisely. That's why I talk to the teenagers. Now, as I said, what we're doing here today, we are celebrating, well, I don't know why they're caramel dancing, they'll be fine. Are they rock right now? Okay, they'll be fine in the background. What is everyone doing around dressed as costumes? It's not Halloween. Well, here's the thing. Halloween isn't really about costumes. Halloween is about people from New Jersey and Long Island coming into Manhattan and getting drunk and acting like jerks. And we also
that's
call
why
those
the Nets
weekends.
moved out.
And major holidays. You just gotta move out of here is what it comes down to. But kids in costume today, what you're gonna see, they're called cosplayers. It's called cosplay. It is playing in a costume. Ooh! Confused! It is celebrating your fandom. It is dressing up and showing, this is what I am a fan of. This is what I appreciate. This is what inspires me and gets me dressed up as, which is why I'm especially happy to see one of my favorite shows dressing up, Sailor Moon. For me, growing up in the 90s was all about waking up at 6 in the morning, which is me now, to do that season and a half dub of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is a show. I know. I'm done validating you. Sailor Moon is a show about high school girls battling monsters in short skirts. Also, the girls wear short skirts. Name something wrong with that sentence.
A lot.
Nothing. But it was always worth it, despite the fact that every episode was 10 minutes of Sailor Moon transforming. It was the same transformation. You knew 10 minutes was going to be everybody doing the dance, doing the spin. You still went back for 90 more episodes because you were in love with it. That was the joy of it. I just wish that they would do like a Sailor Moon abridged, like a Sailor Moon Kai, where they show one transformation at the beginning of the season, and then they just run through the rest of the episodes. No filler. Entire 26 episode seasons, 5 minutes. If you're done with the rest of the day, you can go back into Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was a fantastic show. Dragon Ball Z was the same thing over and over. You would always have someone charging up. They would shoot energy beams out of their hands at one central bad guy. There would be a dust explosion. And they would wait 3 episodes. I'm not kidding. Waiting for the dust to clear. Did he make it? How can you tell? Why aren't you sneezing? It's like in the middle of a pollen field. And the dust would clear and the bad guy would be in the center. Didn't even feel it. Because you waited 3 months for the dust to clear. Anybody at the center of that probably had time to hobble across state lines, fill out their health insurance, get themselves bandaged, maybe go through and read the first 3 books of the Fire and Ice saga, maybe DVR, watch the entire extended Lord of the Rings, get back into the middle of it, pull up the Band-Aid and say, didn't even feel it. Please don't hit me again. Oh, it's Sailor Moon. It wasn't always just Sailor Moon. She had an entire battalion, an entire cheerleading squad of high school girls battling evil monsters, which I loved. They were all, of course, themed after. Go ahead and shake that. Be my guest. It doesn't distract me at all whatsoever.
Oh.
You had Sailor Mars. You also had Sailor Mercury, Sailor Moon, Sailor Space, Sailor Neptune, Sailor Uranus, and by the end of it, they have like 18 Sailor Scouts against one guy. The monster's going to drop faster than Rick Santorum's approval ratings.
Oh!
I have to apologize for the one. I'm contractually obligated to mention one thing that people over 30 will understand. Yoga, Crohn's, lattes, back to Sailor Moon. By the end of it, you had like Sailor Death Star, Sailor Hoth, Sailor Gallifrey, Sailor Krypton against one monster. Why did they never send 2? Because as the seasons went on, I always wondered, did any of the monsters ever think to ask before they were launched down to Earth? There's this 15-year-old girl running around murdering us. Do you want to find out where she lives? Maybe stop her? Monster's like, no, I'm fine. They get down to Earth, they start kidnapping people, draining energy for the Negaverse. 15-year-old girl shows up, starts to fight. All right, I'm ready for you. She starts dancing and transforming, and the monster never thinks to interrupt. The monster never thinks to like, throw something at her in the middle of it. You're just presuming he's standing there.
Because he likes her figure. No, just kidding.
The longer I wait, the more awkward it's going to be if I interrupt. Okay, she's still spinning. Why is she sparkling? Is this every time?
Yes.
I could have read The Lord of the Rings by the time this was done. Are you done? Hostages, who wants something from Starbucks? I got a 20. What have you got? You got a card? How much is left on your gift card? How much? All right. Do they still do the yogurt at this? Okay, a yogurt. What do you want? A coffee? No coffee. No baked goods. You got crumbs. All right, medium soy latte, double shot with. Okay, let's do this. And then she would start doing her attack, which was also a dance. It wasn't just Sailor Moon who did that. All 5 Sailor Scouts did this. One of them would run to the fight. Let me get dressed too. Could one of you come to the fight pre-dressed? You never see that. You never see the SWAT team outside someone's house. Who brought the guns? Who brought the guns? Mike, it was your job to bring the Kevlar and the... Could you wait up there? You never see firefighters forget to bring the fire engine. You're trying to be efficient with this. Because I have to talk about Sailor Moon. I have to talk about cartoons because I don't know what is cool anymore. I understand when the Homestuck started showing up at conventions. That was when I finally did my old man phase of that's it. Now I'm going back to watching Cowboy Bebop again.